Imago kids, welcome back, and hope you're doing well. How are your 100 acts of kindness going? Awesome, awesome. And we're going to be still trying to, maybe you saw a video at the beginning of this one, going to be trying to encourage you when I hear stories earlier, so I hope we heard one at the start of this video. I'm shooting this one way in the past, but hopefully you'll have seen it, some acts of kindness, so you can be inspired to keep doing yours. But why don't you shout out, tell me any that you've done. Cool. We'll keep doing them. First one to 100 is going to get an awesome, awesome, awesome prize. I can't wait to give it away. So you guys have to keep working on it and get to the 100. And we'll announce when we get that. And maybe we'll sneak into one of these videos us giving the prize to the kid that gets there first. But we don't have any birthdays today either. Whoa, that's crazy. No birthdays. So we're just going to keep on moving here. So we're going to get right into it. Have you guys ever felt alone? Yeah? Me too. That's okay. I think it happens. Now, us believing in Jesus, sometimes we think about how we could probably just do the right things and believe the right things and we'll be totally okay, right? That's all it's about, right? No, it's not just about believing and doing the right things. So what is it about? Well, it's bigger than that. It's that we need each other in this. So, there's this big thing. Maybe you've seen it before. It's called the church. Now, the church actually isn't just a building. What do you mean by that, Pastor Kyle? Well, I've always gone to the church building, and that's what I call church. Well, maybe for the last couple of months you've been doing church on a couch, watching a little bit of it with your parents. But even that, it's not church. So what's church? Well, let me start all the way back at the beginning. Do you guys remember when we did a video about Adam and Eve? Do you guys know who they are? Yeah, the first man and woman. This is the first two people that we meet in the book of the Bible called Genesis, the very first book of the Bible. It says that these are the first people that God created. But God actually created Adam before he made Eve. So Adam's there and he's hanging out with God. And they actually got to walk around the garden with God. Just like, hey God, what's up? Just here in the garden, God. How you doing? Good, good, good. And God and him would talk in the mornings and hang out in the garden. Now, I wish I could hang out with God like that. Do you? Yeah, I wish I could hang out with God like that. But I don't get to do that. But Adam did. And here's the crazy part. At one point, God says, you know what? This just isn't working. It's not good for man, Adam, to be alone. What? Adam's not alone. He hangs out with God, the coolest, most amazing, wonderful person ever. Now, what does God mean by being alone? Because Adam didn't have a person like him. He had God, but we were meant to be with other people too. It means no matter how good our relationship, no matter how well we know God and believe in the right things, we also need to have people with us that we're doing this with. And that's what the church is about. The church is about us being together, living the right way that God promised and wanted us to. Promised us that we would be able to one day. So there's no such thing as a Christian who just lives on their own and believes and does the right things. Because we are a people who are supposed to be fixing and changing the world, letting people see Jesus through us, that they could come to know him too. But we need each other to do that. No one person is enough. Even Jesus himself didn't get a chance to reach everybody while he was here on earth. That's why he told the disciples to go and tell others about him. Jesus' last words were, "Go and make disciples, telling them all that I have taught you, and baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." But he was saying, go tell more people about this. Why? Because we need to bring more people in to do this in the kingdom of God, that we would be together. It doesn't work on our own. The Apostle Paul, we talk a lot about him, has this passage in his letter to the church in Corinth. It's called 1 Corinthians. He actually wrote two of them. So he writes this in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 12 to 20. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to read a part. I know I am going to read it all, but just sit tight. It says, "For just as the body is one and has many parts, so my body is not just one whole piece, right? Well, it is, but it's made up of a bunch of parts. I have a nose. I got fingers. I got hands. I got arms. I got a belly. I got legs. You can't see them. See? There they are. Legs. I got feet. Woo! I got all these different parts of my body. I got eyes. See? They're in there under my glasses. Got hair. Not everybody has that, and I'm kind of starting to lose mine. I got ears. Got a mouth. I even have extra parts that not everybody has. I got a beard. But Paul starts talking about the body. And he says that the church is like a body. That each one of us makes up different parts. Now, there's only so many parts to your body, but the church is way more, has way more people than there are parts in your body. Right? But he says, it would be crazy. I'll jump to this part. He says, because I'm not a hand, I'm not a part of the body. It's imagine if you were like the nose of the church. Well, because I'm not a hand, I'm not important, I guess, and if we just gave up, tried to live on our own, because I'm not a hand. Well, then the body would never be able to smell anything. Or he says later, because I'm not an eye, I'm not a part of the body. Well, just because you're not an eye, what if you were a hand? Not an eye, and we wouldn't be able to grab anything if we didn't have any hands and just eyes. We wouldn't want a whole body made of eyeballs, would we? No! That doesn't make any sense. He starts using this idea to say that the church is made up of all different kinds of people. Sometimes we like to hang out with just the people that are just like us. And sometimes we stay away from people that are different, even if they're in the church with us. Other people who believe in Jesus. Sometimes grown-ups have even fought over different things that we believe about Jesus, but we still believe in Jesus altogether. Now, that's crazy. That people, especially grown-ups, would fight over things about how much we love Jesus, we just understand things differently. Now, it's good to keep trying to understand Jesus the best we can, but we shouldn't say, I'm separate from you because you believe different from me, or you look or act different than me, so we can't work together. Paul here is talking about that we all need to work together. The body has to be one. It's many different parts, one, but makes up one. So, we've got a science experiment. You know who we're going to call? Dr. Professor Science Team Science Face! We're going to get him in here, and we're going to do an experiment. So, can you call him for me? I'm not going to call this time. I want you to do it. So, on 3, I want you to call Dr. Professor Science Team Science Face. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I heard you. Okay. But I don't think Dr. Professor Science Team Science Face heard you, so you need to say it a little bit louder, all right? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Well, I don't see him. Which way should I go this week to try to find him? No, I can't go up through the ceiling. I can't fly. I had a beard, not wings. All right, should I go that way? Nope. Okay. Should I go that way? Oh, okay, I'll go this way this week. I'm going to go find him. Maybe we'll be back. Hey, kids, it's me, Dr. Professor Science Team Science Face. Have you seen Pastor Kyle? When am I ever going to find him? I keep missing him. How long ago was he here? Just a couple seconds ago? And I missed him? Oh, man. All right, well, I heard you guys were talking about how we all belong together. That we need each other as the church, as the body of Jesus. Right? Paul was talking about the body with fingers and eyes, and we don't want a body full of eyes, all those pieces. That different is good. That we need each other to be able to show Jesus, right? Yeah. Well, time for our science experiment, so let's jump over to our science cam. All right. So over here I have this thing. It's called an energy stick. Can you read that right there? Bingo, energy stick. Now, one of the cool things, the way the Apostle John, another really big writer in the New Testament, the way he describes Jesus, he calls Jesus the light of humanity, the light for all people. And he says the light was coming into the world, and the darkness couldn't overcome it. Now, of course nobody can beat Jesus, because Jesus is awesome. But that the light was the light of men, that all people when we have Jesus inside us, we will shine his light to the whole world. Now, imagine my two hands are different people. Now, that's kind of silly because, well, my hands are two different people. So, but I couldn't bring another person in here because social distancing and all that kind of stuff. I'm sick of it too. But anyways, so imagine my hand is one person. I'm going to do this. Now, do you see much light coming out of this energy stick on its own? Nope. And we should also be a voice that's worth listening to, right? A nice sound. Telling people that Jesus is awesome and you should live like Jesus, the way that Jesus wants us to. He's amazing. You should try it. We should be saying those kind of things, right? But one person doesn't light up the world on their own. Here's the cool thing. All right, ready? So imagine this other hand is somebody different. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See that? See all those lights? And hear the sound coming out of that one? So, but when we stop, when we don't have extra people together, the light stops working. Now, the cool thing is that I really wanted to be able to show you guys, but I don't have anybody else here, was actually that if we were to get other people, I could have 10, 20, 30 people in here. And all of us, if we could hold hands and then touch the person on the far end of the line, touches this end, it would work. It works through all sorts of different people. Now, if even one person in the whole bit of it lets go, it stops the light. And what this is showing is that we need each other in order to be the best way that we can be reflecting the light. All the different parts of the body, all the different ways of doing things are important to show the light of Jesus. So, we need each other. We belong together. We're not supposed to do this without us. My energy stick just fell. We need each other. We need to be this body, even if we're different. We need to love each other and work together to show Jesus. So, that's our video for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to buy an energy stick to try that experiment at home, it's really cheap. It was like $6 or $7 on Amazon, so you can talk to your parents, because I know you can't go to Amazon on your own. But you can watch this video, and if you want to try it with your whole family, all touching hands and then touching the energy stick, super awesome toy, and you should try to check one out. But I'm going to go find Pastor Kyle. Went this way, right? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to go that way and try to find him. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.